But for whatever reason, for people, there is some incredible motivation to find a divine something or another. There's something greater than this physical being. That there's something. What do you think that is? Like, what is that compulsion?
We've already sort of talked a bit about it. I think it goes to the heart of this question of what it means to be human. So I would say that being human, the answer, right, I don't have the answer to the meaning of it all, but an answer would be we are small, finite beings, right, which are just clusters of atoms, as we said before, that are very rare, but we understand roughly how they came to be. And we have a limited amount of time, not actually unfortunately, but because of the laws of nature. The laws of nature forbid us to be immortal. Immortality is ruled out by the laws of physics. But also, actually, what's interesting about, if you look at the basic physics of the universe, going from the Big Bang to where we are today, then the physics is driven by the fact that the universe began in an extremely ordered state. So it was a very highly ordered system. And it is tending towards a more disordered system at the moment. And that's called the second law of thermodynamics. And it's that basic common sense thing that things go to shit, right? Basically, it's the second law of thermodynamics. What we strongly suspect, and I would say no, is that in that process of going from order to disorder, complexity emerges naturally for a brief period of time. So it's a natural part of the evolution of the universe that you get a period in time when there's complexity in the universe. So stars and planets and galaxies and life and civilizations. But they exist because the universe is decaying, not in spite of the fact the universe is decaying. So our existence in that sort of picture is necessarily finite and necessarily time limited. And it is a remarkable thing that complexity has got so far that there are things in the universe that can think and feel and explore it. And I think that is the answer. If you want an answer to the meaning of it all, it's that you are part of the universe. Because of the way the laws of nature work, you are allowed to exist, but you're allowed to exist for a temporary or for a small amount of time in a possibly infinite universe.
One of the biggest mind-blowing moments, I think, of my limited comprehension of what it means to be a living being was when I found out that carbon and all the stuff that makes us has to come out of a dying star.
Yeah.
Like that alone, that there's this very strange cycle of these enormous fireballs that forge the material that makes Brian Cox.
Yeah.
Like, what? That one alone, that there is some strange loop of biological life that comes from stars, which is like the most elemental thing that we can observe. We see these things in the sky. We see the sun in the sky. It's this all-powerful ball of fire. Yeah. And that is where the building blocks for a person come from.
I know. And they will be from the carbon atoms in our body. That you're right, they all got made in stars because there's none of it at the Big Bang. There's only hydrogen and helium, tiny bit of lithium to be precise, but nothing else. And so it was all made in stars. And it's probably from different stars. You know, the atoms in your body, they're not all from one star that cooked it and then died. There'll be a mixture of stuff from many stars in your body now. And I agree with you. What more do you want? You know, when I see people who go, I want more than that. I want more. You know, there must be more to it. What do you mean? The ingredients in our bodies were assembled in the hearts of long dead stars over billions of years, and have assembled themselves spontaneously into temporary structures that can think and feel and explore. And then those structures will decay away again at some point, and in the very far future there'll be no structures left. So there we are. We exist in this little window when we can observe this magnificent universe. Why do you want any more?
Well, it's I think to people, I think a lot of people aren't aware of all the information right? And then I think on top of it, for some people, it's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
This concept of 13.8 billion years of everything to get to this point that we're at right now, it's so overwhelming that they want to simplify it.
Yeah.
They want to put it into some sort of a fable structure, something where it's something that's very common and similar and familiar.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that's the journey that we go on. The real treasure, I think, is in that journey of trying to face the incomprehensible.
Yes,
it's in that realization that it's almost impossible to believe that we exist. Right?
yes, right.
But that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
and I think that's what I think you miss out. I think if you decide to simplify it because you don't want to face that, you don't want to face the infinity that's out there in front of us, and you don't want to face those stories, as you said, that you look at your finger and its ingredients was cooked in multiple stars over billions of years. That's to me a joyous and powerful thing to think about.
yes.
And I think you're missing out if you don't want to face that.